This page really, like the top is like your goal setting, and then jump right in to this reset. So grab your planners. Hello everyone, welcome to my May reset. We're here again with everyone's favorite video of the month. I absolutely love filming these, and I'm really excited to get into this one specifically because I feel like for me, May is more summer than spring. Maybe it's just like living in the South and how it gets really hot towards the end of May, middle to end of May. But I feel like when May comes around, I'm like, okay, summer is approaching. It's like Memorial Day weekend. I guess it's like the official start, but we're getting there. We're getting close. And summer is one of my favorite seasons. So I'm just really, really excited about the upcoming month. I'm excited to reset, set some goals, go over some reflections, go over what I read and watched in April, and then also we're going to work on a little summer bucket list and have that ready to go. So like when you start doing those summer activities, we can start checking them off together. You guys know I love doing like my summer, fall, sometimes like Christmas bucket lists. And so we're gonna do one for summer today, which I'm really excited about. I don't think there's any other updates for you guys, so we're just going to jump right in to this reset. So grab your planners, grab your laptops, grab your notebooks, pens, whatever you use to reset for your month, and we can reset together. I always use my daily planner here. So I'm going to show you like the prompts and stuff that you'll find in the monthly pages of this daily planner. So every month there's a goal section, a reflection, a place for you to plan out your month, weekly to-dos, and then the daily pages, of course. But I'm going to show you guys like kind of those monthly reset pages that I put straight into the planner, and I use it every month. And I know you guys who have this planner love doing it along with me, which means so much. And just as a little hint, we may have a new color coming for summer at the end of May or beginning of June. But yeah, little hint for an upcoming launch. But okay, let's go ahead and reflect on April. So I love thinking about my core memories, my wins, and kind of what I want to improve for the next month. So core memories from April, I'm starting like from most recent, like the end of the month. I went to New York. I just got back this week, and it was such a sweet trip. I went with my friend Skylar, and we stayed with my friend Ellie. So it was just like all my best friends together from college, and we were there for a few days and just like hung out. It was low key. It was fun. My last trip to New York was very work heavy and work focused, and this one, it was more just like seeing them, having fun. The big work thing that I did have though, that is another like win or like core memory, is having a billboard for me near Times Square. Literally like you turn off of Times Square, and I was right there on this billboard. I partnered with like a museum that does this billboard for creators or musicians or celebrities, and I was just shocked. I like didn't know what to expect of it, but it was just so cool to see this ad for Dream Daily that I created in New York City, like my face on a billboard. I like kind of just felt surreal. Like it didn't feel like it was happening. So if you want to see more from that trip, it was such a fun trip. I did a whole vlog with them. So if you want like some good vibes, if you want some ideas for what to do on your girls trip to New York, it's a great vlog. Meanwhile, I started the month in North Carolina at the beach and just had some good family time for Easter. I had a lot of fun like taking product photos of the new Dream Daily hoodie on my brother, and so that was really sweet to spend time with my family. And then what's happening this week, the last week of April when I'm filming this, is my best friend Lucy is in town in Nashville. So it's just been like a very wholesome month in the sense of like seeing friends and family and people that I don't get to see all the time. It's just been really good in that regard, and so my heart is very full. For wins, I would say, yeah, just like the billboard and trying to keep like a positive mindset when not everything is always going positive in my life. That kind of goes into what I want to continue and like improve next month as well, which is like just managing expectations of my business, of myself, and realizing I don't have to be at 100% capacity all the time. I don't have to be, feel like I'm doing everything perfectly all the time. I am okay to have lows and flops and things like that. And so just like managing my expectations when it comes to business and personal life is something that I'm like working right now through, and I want to improve for next month. Okay, you guys know I love my little life balance scale, so I like to rate myself every month in these 6 categories. So work, I'm gonna rate myself, I'm gonna say like a 3 out of 5. I feel like it was just a typical work month for me. Nothing crazy, nothing bad, nothing like, it was just good. It was just a good solid month. So we're gonna do a 3. Personal, we're gonna give myself a 4 out of 5. I feel like I've been very just like reflective this month and like in tune with what I'm needing, where I see myself going, being really real and honest with myself. So I know I'm being cryptic, but we're just gonna give myself a 4. Wellness, I'm gonna give myself a 3. I got off of my workout consistency. I was doing really good January, February, March. This past month, just traveling and things coming up, I feel like I've just gotten off of it, but we're gonna get back into it in May. Social, 5 out of 5. Like I said, was super social this month. I really needed it. Seeing so many friends and family and just being outside. The weather's been nice, has really been great. Finances, I'm gonna give myself a 4. I feel like I'm just slowly doing better at managing my money and budgeting and being conscious of spending, but I also need to work on like my abundance mindset in that as well. And I also got my taxes done, so 4 for that. Hobbies, I'm gonna give myself a 5. I feel like this kind of correlates with being social, but like along with being social, I was playing pickleball, playing golf, being outside, reading with friends, doing fun things in New York. Like I was just very social and active this month when it came to like hobbies and things, which I love. You guys know that's like my favorite thing to do is like just be outside doing stuff with friends. So I love when I can do and fit a lot of that into my month. Now let's go into goal setting. So I'm gonna go over the goals I set for April and then set some new goals for May. So in April, I talked about this at the beginning of that monthly reset and just talked about how I'm at a stage in my life where I'm not feeling super motivated by goals. I'm like feeling more motivated by how I feel and feelings and emotions, I would say. I think there's just times in my life when I am motivated by one or the other. Right now, it's not like, oh, I need to check this, and this off. Last month, I was kind of just like, you know what, there's a lot happening in my life. I kind of just want to take it day by day and just like feel happy every day. And like, that's my goal instead of like trying to accomplish so many things. And I think that was good for me last month. Moving into May, I want to kind of get back onto a little bit more of like physical goal setting, kind of feel a little bit more productive work-wise and things. And that's just like the ebb and flow of life. Sometimes I feel like I need to be like hustle, go, go, go. And other times I'm like, you know what? I just need to relax. I just need to like take in every day, find the joy in every day and go from there. So anyway, April, I didn't have that many goals. My big goals were I was supposed to do 2 Dream Daily launches. New product didn't come in, so I only ended up doing 1, the hoodie pre-launch. And so we did that one. Now I'm gonna have 2 in May, which is exciting, but things just got pushed back. And so I wasn't able to do 2 this month. So I'm gonna give myself like a half. It's not a full check, but it's not a full X either. My Dream Daily event is actually happening this Saturday. So I'm gonna give myself a check because we're pretty much all set up for that. I know it'll go smoothly. So I'm excited for that though. And then plan my family trip. This got pushed to next year. So I'm gonna give myself an X because it just like didn't need to happen. We decided to push it back a year, so there's that. My mini goals, lots of planning trips. As you can see, I like needed something to continuously look forward to, and I had some trips this month, so I was like, what can I plan moving forward? I planned my girls trip for May, which is coming up, like my biggest girls trip I've done in a while with friends. I'm really excited. We're going back to North Carolina for a whole week. I haven't done like a week-long vacation since last summer. I'm pretty sure, and so I'm very excited for this trip, and I did get that all planned. And then I wanted to post 4 times a week to TikTok. That may have happened towards the end of the month. Again, I think I like fell off more, but that maybe had happened. If I count like 4 between my 2 accounts, my Dream Daily and my Miss Hannah Ashton one, I think that probably happened. I was like really trying to get on top of that. Okay, so now let's flip on over to our new month of May. This is the last month I'll have in this planner because these are 6 months long and I started it in January. So in the June reset, I'll do like a new like planner reset as well and like setting up my new planner, which will be exciting. Okay, so big goals for May. Like I said, I'm gonna have 2 launches this month, a little mini launch coming soon. And then also our summer collection is either going to be at the end of this month and maybe pushed into early June, but at least like I'm going to have to plan most of it this month. I want to get back on my consistent YouTube uploads. Just the past few weeks of April, again, I was so busy for the week I was in New York and at home, and like it was just a crazy week, so I kind of fell off my schedule a little bit, but I'm gonna get back to posting 2 uploads consistently a week. And then number 3 is a project I'm not sharing yet because I don't want to like jump the gun too soon. It's different. It's not Dream Daily related, so I'm just gonna call it this project. I'm not even gonna call it like a secret project because it doesn't really pertain to you guys. Again, it's just something like in my life. I am working towards something that I'll share when it's time, but I want to wake up like an hour earlier in the mornings to work on this project because I kept telling myself, I don't have time. And I kept using that excuse. And I tell you guys all the time, like when people ask me like, how do you make time for new goals in your life? Literally what I tell you all every year is to, you know, set aside more time, like an hour morning or night in your day that you can dedicate. And I wasn't taking my own advice. So I've started taking my own advice and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna wake up earlier so that I can work on this project and feel really accomplished. Like, Hannah, you do have time in your day, you just have to make time for it. And so I'm taking my own advice, guys, and I'm hoping like in a few months when this is completed, I can share that journey with you and share more about like how I made it happen. But as of now, one of my mini goals is to wake up at 6 a.m. now. I've been waking up like 6:30 to 7, but I want to wake up at 6, be done with my morning routine by like 7:30, and then like from 7:30 to 8:30 work on this project before starting my normal work around 9. That's like my new morning routine for this month, except for the week that I'm going to be traveling and on vacation. But every other week in this month besides that vacation week, I'm going to try to be very strict about my morning routine so that I can get this project accomplished, feel really productive, and again, just like get back on the grind of goal setting. And like, because there's a lot of things that are coming this month that I want to do and I want to do well. And right now I feel a little bit behind. So I'm like, okay, we got to reconfigure the morning routine to be the best for these new goals that I have. My other little goals besides waking up at 6 a.m. are I want to get back into my consistent workout routine. So I'm using ClassPass. Like I want to book the classes at the beginning of the week for my whole week, and working out like 4 times a week is going to be my goal. And I want to make more coffee at home because I did just buy an espresso machine from Breville, and I've been loving trying it out, making at-home coffees. And so I want to only get coffee out like maybe twice a week is what I'll say, but overall just like make it more at home, which I normally do, but it's just hard when I have like coffee meetings and stuff with people. Obviously I'm going to go out and get a coffee for that, but other than that, I want to make coffee at home or matcha. So then I kind of break down, you guys, if you have the planner, you know, there's a spot for action steps where you guys can kind of brainstorm like things you may need to do. Like this is where I would write out like my new morning routine to help me get through these goals, like things, how will I achieve these goals, little action steps. And then I break these goals into projects and habits. So projects would be like the launches, that due date's going to be the end of the month, consistent YouTube uploads as well, just like making sure I'm on top of my filming, planning, and editing schedules. And then for habits, kind of this early project work in the morning is a morning habit. Waking up early to do that project is a habit, and then obviously working out is a daily or weekly habit. So this page really, like the top is like your goal setting, and then the second half is like taking these goals and being like, here's my game plan to actually achieving them and breaking them down and giving myself due dates and you know, creating healthy habits that help me reach these goals that I'm setting every month. So that's how this page is configured. Now I think we're gonna work on my bucket list. So I'm going to still put it in this planner just like at the back, like one of the back pages, but I think I wanna make a little coffee or something to have while I'm working through and thinking through my summer bucket list. summer bucket list. This is so fun, and it like takes me back to middle school. I would always make these bucket lists when I was like, 12 years old, like do a lemonade stand, have a tea party, that kind of thing. And I just think it's so fun to make no matter your age. And it's fun to bring in some color too. So like you can make this on Canva, you could just make a list in your journal or planner. I'm gonna have some fun and do like the boxes as different colors, but obviously like you can have as much fun with this as you want. Let's see. We're gonna make a little checklist. You can add stickers, make a collage. I love looking on Pinterest for ideas too, if you need ideas of like what to add to your bucket list. And I'm gonna give you guys some ideas too. You obviously can make this whenever, but I feel like making it sometime in May is really good. So like you have it ready, you're thinking about it as you make plans for the summer. And what I also love about having like seasonal bucket lists is it really helps for like when you're trying to think about, oh, what do I want to do this weekend? Or I have a friend in town, like what plans should I make? You can like reference the bucket list for those ideas, or like when you're on vacation, be like, oh, I want to add this to it or something. I feel like it's really helpful to have, and it's just so cute and fun. And it's not to like make you feel bad on, oh, I didn't get these things done, I didn't accomplish everything on my bucket list. It's more for like just that inspo to have ideas of like what you want to do. It's more just for fun, for inspo. So like if you're in a slump, you have a free afternoon or a free weekend, you can like reference this, and it feels really good to check off. And I think it's important to make goals that aren't just like career related, but are also like social and fun and personal life related. And that's where like a fun bucket list comes in handy, because you can make sure you're also making time for those fun aspects. So first thing, I'm gonna go with like I'm gonna brain dump, and then I'll kind of like research some other ideas. So I always like to do like a country concert, blueberry picking in July in my hometown. I want to play like sand volleyball, s'mores / bonfire, maybe surf lessons. Ooh, I want to do a Pirates of the Caribbean movie night and like make rum drinks and have like themed food. I talked about doing that with some of my friends. Maybe like read 3 beach read type books. What else? I can also look at mine from previous years for more ideas. Play more pickleball. I'll say try a new bar. Outdoor movie. Watch fireworks. We love that. 4th of July vibes. There's a new ice cream place I want to go to near here. I'll do sunrise. Beach walk. I'm gonna say bake a cake or pie. So like do some baking. I'm gonna say do a DIY / craft. Looking on Pinterest for ideas. Barbecue / grill with friends. Like have a good pool day. Lots of pool days. Host a game night, that could be fun. Maybe that could go together, like grill and game night. Oh, so fun. I also love how some of these, like this is like a 2013 one. It's just so funny. I want to have like maybe like a Bridgerton inspired tea or picnic. That'd be fun. Okay, and I'm gonna leave some room because I obviously want to add to this as the month and the summer goes on. And it, like I said, it is seriously so fun to check these off. Feels like you accomplished something that's not related to work or school or anything like that. So highly recommend making a summer bucket list if you haven't already, or make it sometime this month, because like I said, it's just so fun. Oh, here's a cute one. Like you can make a cute little graphic like this. Explore a new city. This is so cute. Fall in love, say I love you to someone, go camping, make a slip and slide ride when stargazing. Oh, I do want to do a drive-in movie as well. Haven't been to one of those in a while. Swim at night, so fun. Okay, shop at a farmer's market. I just keep adding, making me so excited for summer. Go to a baseball game, play mini golf. Okay, if you needed some ideas for your own summer bucket list, I hope this helped. These are some fun things I want to check off this summer, and oh, I love summer so much. It makes me so excited. All right, let's move on to the content corner. Okay, welcome to the content corner of my monthly resets. You guys know I love sharing everything I watched and read this past month, give my ratings, and I'm also going to talk about like what I'm currently reading because I only finished 2 books this month, and I'll kind of talk about why. But first, let's start with the TV shows and movies that I watch. So one that's on like cable right now is I've been watching season, I think 46 of Survivor. So I'm a big Survivor fan. Been watching since I was little, and I kind of didn't watch in college a ton because I didn't have cable, but the past 2 seasons I've watched with either my family or like now me and my roommate and her fiance watch it every week, and I've been loving it. I would right now give it like an 8 out of 10. I feel like some episodes are definitely better than others, but overall I think it's a really funny season. A lot of good characters, and it's just, I love the show. It's just such a fun watch. So if you're watching Survivor right now, let me know. I also have just been rewatching the 2nd season of Bridgerton in anticipation of the new season, and Ashley hasn't seen it yet, so we've been kind of slowly making our way through that. We need to hurry it up though so we can finish it in time. But yeah, always so good. I love Bridgerton, one of my favorite shows ever. And then I was trying to think of movies I'd watched, and I actually watched Anyone But You with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. I never saw it when it came out in theaters, which is crazy because I love a rom-com, but I just like never saw it. And then I waited, it was on Prime, I rented it, but now it's coming to Netflix soon. So I heard amazing things about this movie, and maybe that set my expectations too high. I heard that people like absolutely loved it. They were saying it was like a 90s, 2000s rom-com, but in modern day, like they did such a good job. So I was really excited to watch. I'm gonna rate it an 8 out of 10. I didn't think it was like maybe a 7 even. Okay, 7 out of 10. I didn't think it was like the best romantic comedy ever. But it was cute. It was funny. It had some cringe moments, but was also funny. Like the funny moments probably outweighed the cringe. I don't know, maybe they were like equal. I love Sydney Sweeney, but she was actually not my favorite in this movie. I just felt like, this is maybe a hot take, but I felt like her and Glenn Powell did not have a ton of chemistry, which is crazy because that's like what made this movie so popular, is everyone was like, they have so much chemistry. I just could not see the chemistry between them. And I like Glenn Powell. He's not like my favorite male actor ever, but I actually thought he did a really good job. So I was a little disappointed in Sydney Sweeney's performance, even though I love her and she's gorgeous. And I thought Glenn Powell, just the way he delivered his lines was really good. So I just feel like he's kind of found his niche in rom-coms, which is so funny because I've seen him most recently in Top Gun. But it was definitely better than like a Netflix rom-com, but still, it wasn't like 10 out of 10. When it comes to books, this is the least amount of books I've finished in a month this year yet. I've only finished 2 books this month. I've been reading a lot of different books though, which I'll talk about, but I'm first going to talk about the 2 books that I did finish, and I read a majority of these in March and like finished them at the beginning of the month. Both of them are on Kindle Unlimited though, so if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read these books, and I did rate them highly. So the first one I finished is called The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. This is like it on my Kindle, but I'll also put the colored version because it's easier to see. This was the best written rom-com book I have read in a long time. The writing was actually so good. Sometimes with these like modern contemporary romances, you're there for like the chemistry and, you know, the spice or whatever, but they're not always that well written. This one was actually written so well. I gave it 5 stars. There's actually no spice in here, so if you're not someone who likes smut, this is a great romance for you. Romance and the chemistry was super good. So basically the plot of this is that he is a famous actor, but he needs a bodyguard while he's visiting his sick mom in like this small town of Texas, and she, the main female character, is actually his bodyguard. So it's kind of a role reversal. You think like he's the bodyguard. I feel like a lot of female characters are written right now like super quirky and cute and like loud and funny, which is great, but I just get tired of reading about the same type of main character in a romance book. And she is very like type A, like she does her job, she doesn't want to be settled down, she likes to travel, she's very career oriented in that regard, goes through a breakup, and it's just, it has some great scenes. And I read this while I was like at the beach over Easter, and I finished it within like 3 days. So when I read a book that fast, I know it's good, because I normally do take a few weeks to finish a book. And then I will say there was also a plot twist I wasn't expecting, so that was like a nice little turn of events towards the end. So overall, like 5 stars. I can't remember the last time I gave just a contemporary romance book 5 stars, but this one got it. So if you're looking for a good romance, read this. I was like so excited to read more from this author, and I started reading Hello Stranger right after, and I got to 17%, and I think I'm gonna DNF it. I was not loving the plot. So I'm gonna keep trying things from this author, but so far like I wasn't picking up on anything that I loved as much as The Bodyguard. Okay, the second book that I read this month is Beneath Black Sails by Clara Sager. I actually DNF'd this book, which means did not finish, like started reading it, did not finish it last summer because I was in like my pirate era, and I just read like Daughter of a Pirate King, and I picked up this one because it was on Kindle Unlimited, and I just couldn't get into it. But then when I was on my book retreat, a friend recommended this as like a pirate book, and I was like, okay, let me give it another shot. So the little tagline for this book is, she's a sea witch wanted for murder. He's a pirate hunter determined to capture her. But in a world of hidden treasures and deadly secrets, their attraction may be the most dangerous thing of all. It says she's a sea witch, and maybe this comes in later, like the more magical side of her, like powers and stuff. But in this book, there is so little about her being a sea witch. It's mainly just that she's like a really good pirate and like can change the water sometimes. So I don't think that was really necessary to include, again, unless later down in the series that comes into play more. But as of this book, I kept forgetting she was also like a mythical creature type thing. Like she really was just like a pirate. He was a pirate hunter, and they were like forced to be on the same ship together. I think I rated it 4 stars. The only downside to this book I thought was the big trope was that it's a miscommunication trope, and I really dislike miscommunication tropes. It makes me want to stop reading the book when I'm just like, oh my gosh, like you misunderstood her, or she said the wrong thing. Like literally it was rough in this one. It's a big miscommunication trope, like major, and that's just not my favorite trope. So that's like probably the only downside I would say to this book. Otherwise, it's a really engaging read. There's good action, good romance. I don't know if I'm going to read the rest of the series or not. It'll kind of depend how I'm feeling. Maybe I'll dive into it back in the summer, but it's a good summer like beach read if you want to read like a fantasy book at the beach. I love pirate and mermaid books for those settings. It's so good. I only finished those 2 books this month. I'm a little behind because I was just so busy, and also I feel like I've just been picking up books and like moving on to another one. Like my friend gave me this book that I started. I think I'm like around 20% in, Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. So I was like reading a little bit of that, and then the main book that I've been reading this month and like piecing my way through is actually Game of Thrones, which is kind of crazy. So my brother wanted me to read this book because he's a big Game of Thrones fan. He loves the show, loves the books. The show's too graphic for me, but like I'll try to read the book because I like fantasy books. And so I am now at 46% through. It's a very dense book, so I think that's kind of what stopped me from like going quickly through it, or also going through other books, as I've just been like making my way through Game of Thrones. But I think I'm gonna feel so proud when I finish this book, and it is entertaining. It's just not as quick and easy as a read as I'm used to. But I am excited to finish this. I'm sure I'll finish this by end of May, and so in my June reset we'll have the Game of Thrones book 1 review for you guys. But I think this book is what's kind of ruining my reading goal, because I'm not able to like quickly read through a rom-com or something when I'm trying to like make my way through this book. So hopefully I will have more book reviews and updates, and I'll read more than 2 books in May. I think having that like week-long vacation at the beach will be helpful to get through some. But all right, that is going to be it for this May reset. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you set some goals for yourself, or you make a summer bucket list for May, let me know what you put on it. Let me know if you do, if you worked on it while watching this video. I love hearing that from you guys. Also be on the lookout for my May budget with me. It should be coming next week, where I break down my budgeting, my expenses, my money goals, all of that. I know you guys like that video as well. Let me know what videos you guys want to see in May. I've kind of been in a slump with some of my like videos, figuring out how to make my vlogs more interesting. I feel like I've been really working on my filming and editing this year, but I just want to make sure I'm doing the types of videos that you guys want to see as well. So let me know more of what you want to see in the next month, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.